You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace. So, the last place we left off, I'm still remembering everyone's names. I believe this is Yuuichi. We're meeting him back in the locker room. I had paused it there just in case we got a little surprise. But hell, let's jump right into it, guys. Please stick with me for the next 20 minutes and let's jump right in. Alarm chain, you're up. Alright, let's go. Alright. Heading into the locker room, I noticed that it's mostly empty save for two members of the volleyball club. The only reason I can even tell who they are is because they have team shirts on them. Alright, Yuuichi, I was right. Ayano, the locker room isn't a break room. Stop slacking off and get back to practice. The two look at Yuuichi with a scared look before dashing away and back into the volleyball courts. Aren't you slacking off too? They don't need to know that. Demon. Yuuichi flicks me in the forehead, sending a small jolt over my entire body. What was that for? You think too loud. I can tell that you're thinking bad things of me just by the look on your face. Am I really that transparent? To me, you are. I don't think this is something to be happy about. You don't have to wait around for me to leave. But it's more fun this way. As always, I can't understand what goes on in his head. You're just staying around because you want to get a private show, aren't you? Yuuichi chuckles, leaning his back against a nearby locker. I wish, but I know the mere thought of getting changed in a public locker already makes you squeamish. What? No, it doesn't. I do it all the time, you know. It does. It makes me so squeamish. But I'd die before admitting to that. Jeez, you're sighing and pouting so much. Shouldn't you be happier that you just got a victory? You're making too much fuss out of something minor. It was just a practice match after all. Oh, please. Both are just as important to you. You always say that, remember? I guess. You're being too negative here. Look on the bright side. Now you know that you can easily beat Urushihara in an official match. Isn't it great? I wouldn't go that far. I was lucky that I managed to do so well today. I wouldn't bet my chips on it happening again. Caicon might not be a skill, but his tricky style and strategies can corner you if you're not careful. Suddenly, the sound of metal banging on metal echoes through the locker, catching us both by surprise. Uh-oh. We both turn around to see Caicon staring at us with a face that spells out impending doom. I don't ever think I've seen him this mad before. Oh, Urushihara, it's just you. I was afraid someone fell into a locker or something. You can't do this, you know. You've got to respect school property. I'm asking myself the same question. When the hell did he get here? Did he pass by us while we were talking and we didn't notice? I know for a fact that he wasn't here when we walked into the room. Although, from the look in Shuichi's eyes, I can already guess that he knew Caicon was here and said those things on purpose. In hindsight, I should have seen this one coming. Yuuichi isn't the type to make light of a person's skills, so I should have imagined he was plotting something. I'm sorry if I made such a poor opponent. I'll try to do better next time, Your Highness. Don't be silly. We both know such a thing would be impossible. Oh boy, are these two going at it again? These two seem to look for every opportunity to make a jab at each other. I don't know how these two manage to be friends when they behave so poorly around each other. Oh, really? And what exactly do you mean by that? I feel like I shouldn't be so calm in a situation like this, but then again, I've already seen this happen so many times that I feel like I've become jaded. I want to go home and be done with this. I mean, come on! This is Yuuichi we're talking about. You might be good, but you can't possibly think you could compare, right? Now that would be just crazy. Why do I get the feeling that I've turned into a babysitter over the past year? Maybe I should just cut them off now and avoid any escalation to stop them, yeah. Enough! There's that music again! My sudden shouting makes them both jump back in surprise, a look of complete shock on their faces. Wait, isn't this a little much? I was able to shout a little. What are you two looking so surprised for? Nope, don't let yourself back. Calm down. Keep up the strict persona. They need to be taught a lesson. That is it! I've had it with the two of you. You guys have any idea how much of a nightmare it was during this entire break? Sign I kept having to run around and keep you two from killing each other. We didn't get to relax whatsoever for that whole time. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to deal with you two anymore. God, this fucking music. Either you two apologize to each other right now and stop misbehaving like children, or I'm done dealing with either of you. I know I was just shouting, but someone please say something. Yuuichi's the first to recompose himself. He clears his throat, looking at me with an apologetic expression. Sorry, Yuuichi, I guess we crossed the line. I'm sorry we troubled you so much. And, I'm sorry to you too, Urashihara. I shouldn't have provoked you like that. It's childish of me. It seems that seeing Shuichi apologizing has somehow snapped Kasich back to reality. But what's with that look on his face? Don't you use this as another chance to pick a fight, or I swear I'm gonna slap you! I'm sorry, Arata. I let my emotions get the better of me. Please forgive me, for all the spring break. You too, Yuichi-san. Wow, this went beyond my wildest dreams! I never expected these two to apologize so sincerely to each other. I mean, forgetting the fact that they're not even looking at each other in the eye. It's fine if you two avoid doing this kind of thing again. Honestly, what is it with you two anyway? Why do you keep pulling stuff like this? Well, teasing Urashihara is kind of fun, though I guess I've been going a little overboard. And I guess I have fun antagonizing Urata too. It's a bit refreshing when he acts that way. I can't tell if you two are supposed to be fighting or playing around anymore. What are you two, 9? Like I said, avoid pulling this kind of crap in the future and it'll be fine. You two are friends, for God's sake. Act like it. Will do. Yeah, got the message loud and clear. Well, anyway, I've had some things I need to do, and I should really get to them. See you two later. Caicon finishes and drops his towel on top of his bag and runs back to the courts in a hurry. Huh, poor bastard. Huh? What? It's beyond me to be worrying about Urashihara, but this is the first time you've ever yelled at him. You probably traumatized the poor guy. Now he's a poor guy? I was yelling at you too! How come he's the only one getting traumatized? Oh please, how long do you think I've known you for? I'm used to getting yelled at. That's not a good thing to get used to. Well, I should probably get back to my own practice. I guess sorry again for today. I'll see you later. See ya. See ya. Huh. I think I was too hard on them. I tried to do something I'm not used to doing and I messed up. I guess at least now I can have peace. I'm not really in the mood to continue practice today. I think I'm just going to tell Sai that I'm leaving early for the day. I'll finish toweling myself off and head back to the courts. I'm starting to think I should have done a better job of wiping myself dry. Not that it matters, since I'll be heading home soon. And I don't really smell bad. My deodorant was pretty strong, so I doubt anyone could smell anything over it. I'll just grin and bear this damp feeling. Where's Saya, though? Ah, there she is. Ah, Keikon's there too. He seems a bit tense. What are they talking about? Caicon is the first to notice me approaching. His eyes widen when he sees me. Whoa, he's totally avoiding looking at me. He bows to Sai as if we were apologizing for something and then promptly leaves. Sai stares at his fleeing figure completely slack-jawed. What was that about? Just then, she seems to finally take notice of me and her eyes light up. Ah, Yuichi-kun. That was a great match you two had. It really had my heart racing. I wish I could watch you play more often. Why don't you start watching my tournament matches more often then? I'd like to, but we always end up scheduled for matches at the same time. And yours are always before mine. Saya bites her lip, looking over at the door to the locker room again. Say, do you know if anything's happened to Keisuke? He was looking a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, scared the fuck out of the bunny. Doesn't he always? Nothing much. I just diffused another Kei Shuichi-con situation. Another one? They're almost adults already. They really should behave more like it. Who's talking? That's not what I came over to talk to you about, though. Oh? What's up, then? I'm headed out for the day. Eh? Just then her smile freezes in place, almost as if she were expecting me to add a just kidding to the sentence. Eh? Could you please not react so dramatically to everyday news? You're kidding me, right? Can't you just stick around for a bit longer? Practice is only going to run for 2 more hours. Hey, I did my part. I played in that stupid match even though I didn't want to. You can't possibly need me for anything else. Sai looks up at me with pleading eyes. There is something else you want, isn't there? So transparent. I was hoping you could stick around to instruct the new players. Pretty please, I haven't managed to do my own practice because I keep having to help the others. I don't want to be a poor sport, but you knew this would happen when you took the position of captain. Come on, you know what our coach is like. Well, that's true. I just thought, since you're the vice captain and all... So she wants to force me to do the work she initially agreed to do under the excuse that I'm the vice captain, even though she's the one that forced me to take the position in the first place. What's the one thing I made you promise when I accepted this position? She continues to stare at me, but the smile on her face is disappearing ever so slowly. Wasn't it you said all I had to do was make sure the other club members followed the rules, and other than that, I was free to do whatever I wanted? Yeah, but wasn't it also you who said that my own training would take precedence over whatever it was I had to do for the club? Sure, but Isn't resting after a particularly tough training session also a very important part of practice? Ah. She's biting her lip in frustration. I feel a bit bad for not letting her speak, but knowing her, she just uses this as a chance to guilt-trip me into helping, and I'm not dealing with that right now. Saya-chan sighs, her whole body slumping forward as she pouts. Fine, I understand. You can go. And you're not going to use this against me in the future. She looks away, biting her lips. Aha! Caught you. No, I won't. I did promise to let you do as you please. Victory. I guess I better get back to it then. I already see someone beckoning me over. See you tomorrow. See ya. Already did it once, I'm not doing it again. Knowing her, I better leave before she has a change of heart. Sai-chan's adorable. Once I step out of the training building, the warm orange-colored sun rays touch upon my skin. Oh, it feels really good. I just got back from a run, so it was quite hot outside. It's getting close to 100. The orange-tinted sky looks so gentle and mild. Today really is a beautiful day. Oh, Junichiro. Ah, there you are. Eh? I hear a nearby voice and reflexively turn around. Oh, shit! Lots of people. Standing before me are 3 of my classmates. Jep, Rep. The fox smiles at me. Her smile is warm and kind, almost the same as this afternoon sun. She makes me feel at ease. What a coincidence, Yuuichi-kun. I was just looking for you. For me? What could you possibly need from me? Wait, it's not bad news, is it? She softly giggles, crossing her arms. That's right, her name is Ayuku Kitsunagawa. She was our class president this year once again. She might seem like a calm and collected type, but she's very much a bona fide sadist. Those personality quirks aside, she's usually a very caring and responsible person. Most of us have been in her care since our freshman year. Must be summertime in Japan because I can hear the fucking cicadas. To be honest, there have been very few changes to our class since we joined the school. Other than Yuuichi being bumped up to the advanced class, that is. I'm sure, but I just might be the bearer of bad news. I've been sent here on official business. I should have guessed. Never came to me when it's good news. Well, no, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? Despite dreading whatever news she might be about to give, her laugh certainly makes me feel less anxious. But, not to be a negative Nancy, but if you're here on official business, then what are these 2 doing here? But, these 2... And after we went through all this trouble to track you down, we had club work to attend to, you know. Jin sure is rowdy even this late in the afternoon. Don't mind him, Yuuichi-kun. We were actually heading home early when we bumped into Ayako-chan. She asked us to keep watch of the exit to the men's locker room while she went in through the other side. Pony-san, don't blab on me to him. Also, since when do you call her Chan? Ah, that makes sense. Since this used to be an all-boys academy up until a few years ago, not all the buildings have been retrofitted to accommodate female locker rooms. Originally, the tennis volleyball courts actually had the 2 lockers on separate ends of the building to separate the different clubs. But now the guys and girls of both clubs share lockers instead, and doors were built into the locker rooms so they could access both courts. Ah, I see. So you were going to work as a glorified doorman while the rep went into the girls' locker room to look for me, huh? Well, no, it's not like that. Well, doesn't he like the sound important? Class rep giggles again. She hasn't said anything and just held into watching these 2 bicker. Did she bring them along in the hopes that she'd get to see some of the very same situation unfold? Whoa, she really is a sadist. By the way, these 2 guys in front of me might not look it, but they're actually twin brothers. The larger one, Genichiro Nezumura, is the eldest of the 2. He's much more mellow and easy to deal with than his brother, but despite this all, he can be really intense when it comes to food. The other, Junichiro Nezumuro, is definitely one of the rowdiest people I've ever met. He's slow, dim, and has a short fuse. But despite these shortcomings, the two of them are genuinely nice people, and I definitely enjoy spending time with them every now and then. So, class rep, what exactly did you come here to tell me? Ah, that's right. Sorry, I was having so much fun with this atmosphere that I forgot. I'm sure you were purposefully staying out of it so you could watch them bicker for a while longer. To be honest, Katsuragi-sensei asked me to come fetch you. She didn't tell me exactly what's going on, but it was something about today's morning assembly. Oh yeah, that's right. You skipped today again. I imagine she was probably pissed. I don't think she would have minded it so much if you actually bothered to show up to any of these organized meetings over the school year. Well, I can't help it. They're all so boring. That definitely sounds like something you'd say. Well, you shouldn't worry so much. I've done my best to smooth things over with her, so she's only a little annoyed now. Wow, really? That's so nice of you, class rep. Hey, it really is. How come you never try to smooth things over for me when I'm the one getting in trouble? Once you become an important asset to the school's reputation like Yuuichi-kun, then I just might. Wario! Don't say that, Ayako-chan! It's not Chan. Please refer to me as Kitsunagawa-san or class rep. You're kidding. I don't even get to call you by your first name? Even though her words might have sounded harsh, she had a wide grin on her face. I like these characters. No doubt about it, she's only doing it to tease Jin. And he's so dumb that he's falling for it. Jin, maybe we should head home already. I guess so. I've got a mountain of homework to do, too. Oh my, a mountain? I don't remember being assigned any homework today. Well, that's because he slacked off last year and didn't actually finish all the credits he needed to pass, so he's having to deal with them now. Oh my, I'm surprised the school even allowed him to do that. Wow, Nissan, you didn't have to tell her that much. These two sure are full of energy today. I didn't even realize how much I missed their attitude during spring break. How can I put it? I seem like this is kind of refreshing. I'm not all that surprised that he was given an extension, though. Our school is pretty lax when it comes to people in the athlete groups. We get tons of exposure from them after all. We have some of the best teams in the country in multiple sports. Well, this was a fun little chat, but I guess I really should get going to the faculty office. Sensei's mood is probably just going to get worse if I make her wait. That's probably a wise decision. Yeah, dude, it was an honor meeting you. Don't just write me off like that. Hey, Yuuichi-kun, how about we grab a bite to eat together again one of these days? Sure. Show me another nice restaurant and I'll take you up on that offer. Okay, it's a deal. Nissan, how come you're so buddy-buddy with Yuuichi-san? I'm kind of jealous. I'd rather avoid this unpleasant encounter, but given that class rep was the one tasked with giving me the message, I'm sure there's no way I could go home without her reporting the fact that she managed to pass it along. In other words, I'm dead anyway. Might as well go peacefully. Oh no. We're gonna see another teacher. I walk into the main building. By the way, other than the multiple minor buildings for the different athletic departments, our school is divided into 3 main buildings. There's the main building, which among others houses the faculty office and the club rooms for the most high-profile clubs, the ones with the most expensive equipment. Then there's a classroom building. It's a much smaller building with only 3 floors, one for each of the grades. Over here in our school, each grade is divided from A to E, so we have 15 classrooms in total, 5 for each floor. The senior year is a little different in that the A class is specifically for advanced studies. It's where they house the most promising students and pass them along classes designed to prepare for college entrance exams and college life in general. Of course, joining 3A isn't mandatory, and there are always a few students that decline it. Class rep was also offered a spot with them, but she refused. Said something about wanting to see her duties as class representative to the end. Oh, and the third building is the club building. It's where most of the other club rooms are located. Our school is pretty well known in the country, and we have lots of people applying every year. Just getting in is quite difficult. Well, it goes without saying that I had no issues with our entrance exam. Some of the students in here might look like a bunch of good-for-nothings, but everyone needs to have some measure of intelligence to get in. Although, I still have my doubts when it comes to Jin. Hey, more people. There's a lot of characters in this. Right ahead of me, walking over to the entrance, are 2 other classmates of mine. Kyoko-san, Ryoji, what are you 2 doing here? And wait, why are you 2 together? The girl, Kyoko Nikonishi, fires a threatening glare at me. Despite her looks, she can be quite threatening when she wants to. But of course, I'm close friends with Saya, so something at this level couldn't even faze me. Excuse me, could you please not assume something so ridiculous? We just happen to be leaving at the same time. The other guy, Ryuji Kumagawa, doesn't even look like he's acknowledged us at all, even though he did stop walking when I called out to them. Ryuji? Is he ignoring me? Ryuji furrows his brow, staring even more intently at the gaming console in his hands. Ah, that's true. Ryuji is a video game maniac, so he always seems to have a console in his hands. I swear, sometimes I can look his way during class and he'll have his console hidden behind his textbook as if he really thought such a thing could fool anyone. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right there. God, so many cool characters in this. This must be a well-funded VN. Definitely have some very nice art assets and character sprites. Alright guys, that's been another episode of Tennis Ace. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks if you can. It always helps. Oh, and until the next video, I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!